greatest of all time, Chris Jericho. May he forever be the WWE Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another WWE Mayhem video. Now, if you guys might recall, a couple months ago, we had an offer for Rusev, which was a little bit less than this, which was $25, which is something that Tony pitched out and was denied. And I kind of agree with that because Chris Jericho is a slightly better 4-star than Rusev. But we have this offer right here, which we're going to take for two reasons. Number one, I failed to pull Chris Jericho on multiple 4-star cases, although I did get Big Ass in case he got removed. And secondly, we opened 22 premiums, even with the 3% increased drop rate, and was unable to pull Chris Jericho. Now, do I want to loot box gamble my gold, which obviously I have none? Do I really want to farm for gold? No. I've been playing Marvel Contest of Champions, but I do want to support the developers. So we're going to take this offer, and this one is for Rishba Vahra, Nana, Tony Luzzy, Eddie Valencia, Lakshay, Jura, anybody else in the Mayhem community, Push Pendra, and Desert Eagle. Sorry, I can't stand your YouTube videos, but I still respect your work within the community. So we're going to buy this offer, and we'll be right back as soon as it's done. Alright, purchase was successful. And there it is. So, again, there's two reasons that I did this. Number one, I want to support the developers. And as you guys know, I cannot stand 1-star versus. For the reason that you get overpowered matchups and you have no overdrives and no way to counter that. So, T1 going at it, Lakshay at 141. Could I actually get up there? Yeah, probably at 93,000, because that is like 8 cycles once you have a 3x multiplier. So yeah, I could do that, but the point is I don't want to spend my days off farming that. I want to spend time doing YouTube content. I want to spend time streaming. I want to even play Tales of Vestria at some point. I also want to get some more into Marvel Contest of Champions, and I plan on doing Smash Brothers on Sunday. Yes, that would not affect this. And I'm off tomorrow and Sunday, so I would be able to farm it if need be. But let's take a look at Chris Jericho anyways, because I am super happy that they did actually give us a way to get him. So we have 4-star Chris Jericho on the roster. And yes, I might get trolled by saying, you whale, you bought Chris Jericho. No, I'm supporting the developers. They've been really kind to me, and they've been really supportive of all my content, as have a lot of you guys. And the synergy is 7% chance of a critical hit with Kevin Owens, 20% critical hit damage with Braun Strowman, and AJ Styles 15% block break. Now, I really feel that Chris Jericho has really bad synergies, but if he gets moved from SmackDown to an Icon, and I mean, it only really matters on Raw and SmackDown events. In regular, like, general class events, it doesn't matter. Braun Strowman does have a lot of positive synergies with everybody, although you probably want to pair Alexa Bliss with Braun Strowman, as they both have double damage synergy. And certain pathways do require a female superstar, so that's not terrible. The abilities, Chris Jericho has more submission damage, mostly used with the Walls of Jericho. And at the start of Codebreaker, a 77.4% chance to trigger critical damage, increasing critical damage by 137.8%, meaning that you want to have a lot of native crit chance built in there. So the Walls of Jericho, you have a 77.4% chance to make it special move vulnerable, meaning that if you get up to like 2.5 bars, put on the Walls of Jericho, and then get up to a bar, the special move is not going to be reversible. And a 77.4% chance to trigger Rage after Pizza Toss, which some of these super moves just make no sense, and I really wish that they would change some of them. Like a super choke slam for somebody like The Undertaker and Andre the Giant are fine. I really don't understand how a light heavyweight to a big baseline heavyweight should be throwing people around the ring. I never understood that. Now the big one, which is a little bit skewed from the description of the purchase, 100% is the chance to trigger heal after low health. Keep in mind that a maxed out 4-star has around 8,000 to 9,000 health depending on how strong the character is. Overdrives do play a part in that, but unless you had overdrives on Chris Jericho or get overdrives before they take him out because of the AEW signing, well, his heal is not going to be as potent, but as you level him up, it's not that bad. And the opponent is unable to reverse a special move once you're at low health as well, so it's kind of a double effect. And you can also trigger weakness after submission move, and if you have him overdriven, you will have a 100% chance to trigger precision, increased chance of critical by 50% for the entire match. Fear not if you buy Jericho, because you can actually use a wildcard overdrive and then unlock it. You get the pretty silver stars as well. And there you go. So then you can unlock that ability as well. You don't need to buy 2 copies of Jericho in order to get that. So his precision is unlocked, and we did use 1 out of 10 available overdrives, which do not go at the 50 cap. So we're going to go into an event. There's a High Flyers quest. And let's go into Superstar difficulty because there is an easy path. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in a bunch of Jerichos just because we can. There are 4 versions of Jericho. There's the 4-star version. There's the 3-star version. There is the 2-star version. And there's a toy Jericho, in case you guys didn't know that. No, I have the 2-star Jericho. Where is he? There he is. He's maxed out. So, for synergy purposes, let's also use Kevin Owens. And we probably want to use the 4-star version. So, each Jericho has critical hit 5%, 7%, 5%, 7%. And Kevin Owens does not have synergy with Chris Jericho anymore, but that's a lot of crit chance. So we're going to go the top pathway. And let's take a look at the crit chance with Jericho. 39.3, 39.6, 39, 41.7 on the 2-star. So we have a pretty high critical chance. And keep in mind, we have a precision buff that'll increase that by 50%. So we're going to get a lot of critical hits. And we're talking probably half of our attacks being critical, roughly. You can even see the numbers at 54.94. Now keep in mind, Callisto cannot reverse at 3 bars. So we're just free to just pound him. And we're going to get off the pizza toss. Callisto will be eliminated.
He's going for a signature move. 1, 2, that's 3. That'll be heard all around the world.
And that's also a critical hit. So yeah, you can throw in all the Jerichos with 1 Kevin Owens, and that would be perfectly acceptable because that's a lot of critical chance. You could probably use other characters as well. You could probably throw Sami Zayn in to get a little bit of extra health, and that would be acceptable. I'll have to work on some synergies with Jericho, but there's nothing against using that. So now we have Shane McMahon, and we're going to use Chris Jericho, the GOAT. Now, the fact that they give everybody a chance to actually get the character for a week, kudos to Reliancegames for that. It is a little bit of a cash grab for them, but you know what? I want to support the game, so I have no problem with that. Now, I do have to get used to the new parry system. All right, so Shane McMahon is at 3 bars. So we're going to have to try to grab him.
Uh-oh.
There we go, and he does reverse it. So we're going to go off another pizza toss. If a critical hits, we can say goodbye to Shane McMahon. If it doesn't, we're in for a little bit of a fight.
He's taking him down.
Yep, 32-02. Shane McMahon also eliminated. No problem at all.
I know I saw it, but I still don't believe I saw it.
So is it worth overdriving Jericho if you have the wild card overdrive? You better believe it, especially if you're stacking a bunch of critical chance with Kevin Owens. Next up, we have the High Flyer Finn Balor. And we're going to once again use the 4-star Jericho until we cannot. We're going to keep using them for you guys.
There's the bell. Are you
so we are going up against low-ranked 4-stars now. But fear not, Jericho is the GOAT. He will take all these guys down without a problem. Let's get off the walls of Jericho because we do have extra submission damage. And let's try to get him down without even having to fight him. Now, we don't have Jericho leveled up, unfortunately.
Oh, looks like he's struggling.
But that's still going to do decent damage. Takes him down near a pit. He's only at 1 bar.
Man, do you hear that crowd?
So we need to try to get back to a bar. He's going to try to showboat. Alright, so we're at a bar. He does have a pretty short 2 bar. So we're going to showboat. Get up to 2 bars as well. And let's go for the low health stun. There it is. So we're going to get off a grab.
We
don't want to use a power move in case he does kick out at 0 because it's super hard to kick out. And that's an easy win against Finn Balor. I'm really happy that I do not have to grind versus out for this because I really am not fond of 1-star versus. If it was 2-star versus, I would totally do it all day long and just spend gold in the sampler, getting some energy and fill up. Alright, so we have Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. We're going to start with Jericho just because we can. And I want to try to show off his low health healing, which is pretty damn powerful. I know that a couple other people like Bray Wyatt also have this mechanic. And Kevin Nash is not a good power generator.
Oh no, no, no.
So we'll take a choke slam for about 770. That's still not that bad. There's the rage effect. We have the power advantage. However, that exhaustion is going to help out Kevin Nash. That injure is also going to help him. He's going to try to tag out, but we're at 2 bars. So we're going to get off the code breaker for 29.78. And now we can try to put away Kevin Nash. The pin meter jitter a little bit, but we're able to take him down. No problem at all. Chris Jericho is near low health, but that's where the beauty of Chris Jericho shines. And I can't wait to actually take him up after I finish off Andre the Giant, who I plan on taking to rank 5 first for the purpose of I love the fat man. Alright, so we do have an advantage with Kevin Owens, but I'm not about that. We're going to go with Jericho again until he gets knocked out. Then we'll go with Jericho number 2, Jericho number 3, and Jericho number 4. We have 4 Jerichos we're going to use. This video is about Chris Jericho. Nothing else. So, like Kevin Nash, Goldberg does not generate power that quickly. I kind of want to grab into a reversal.
Look at this.
We do not get it.
What's coming.
But we have time. I mean, if he wants to grab me, we can reverse him too. He's not going to.
From the top rope. Oh, we know what's coming.
I could try to meet him into a super move as well. Let's go. Goldberg is going to get pinned. Pizza toss, you're going to get slammed into AEW as well. No chance in hell of surviving that. Goldberg is not sent to 0 because we don't have him leveled up. And that's a pretty quick kick out, so he's probably going to kick out at 0. We do get a rage buff, but we have to be a little bit careful here. We need to try to get him to throw his special.
Oh, do you hear
we need a showboat as well. There's a strike rage, and there's the heel. But he does get off the 2-bar move, and no chance. If he gets speared to 0, he does not. So we're going to expire that, and we're going to gain some more health.
This is it.
There it is. All right, so there's another heel. How are you going to stop Jericho when he keeps healing like that? We're going to let that go as long as we can. Hopefully we can get Goldberg to 0. There's yet another heel.
We know what's
we're at 2 bars. We're going to get put over that. We are still going to get pinned, but we're also still in a low health situation. So again, we can heal. And it's just an infinite loop. It's so good. The reason I wanted to show off Jericho, that time I think we are over 2 bars. Yes, we are. Walls of Jericho, Goldberg is down, and we are above Danger Pit. That's the beauty of that mechanic. It's really powerful. You're going to get more benefit the higher ranked you are because it's going to heal for more. And you're going to have a bigger threshold at low health. So if you're dealing with maxed out 4 stars, having a maxed out Jericho is super valuable, or even a Bray Wyatt who has the same effect. I think there's one other that has it. Is it Mankind? But somebody else has it. We're going up against Shawn Michaels. The dangerous thing about Shawn Michaels is he does have a submission grab. So we have to be a little bit careful of that. And he can generate power pretty quickly. So he might struggle on this fight. We're near 3 bars, as is Shawn. We need to get him to reverse. He does not, so we're going to have to take that damage. There's the figure 4 leg lock. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And we might tap out here, but if not, we can heal up. It's going to be close. Nope, we tapped out. So down goes Jericho, number 1. But you guys got to see him in action. And again, I haven't leveled Jericho at all. It would be a much different story if he was maxed out. We're not going to take that cash because it's actually really A lot quicker to farm cash. We only have like 2 matches left, so let's actually heal up the GOAT. This is because we have so many heal kits from farming the story mode back in the day. I'm not even worried. We can go in the stash and get more if we need them. So we're at a danger, but we need to get hit in order to trigger it.
Look at this!
Let's reverse that. Really he's not at a bar yet. So that's going to trigger his heal.
Bam.
No, it doesn't actually. I have to be a little bit careful because it is a smash move. Alright, we are at 1 bar. Shawn Michaels at 2. There it is. So that triggered the heal. Special move vulnerable.
Lining up for his finisher.
And I think that's going to put him at a pin. But if we can kick out, nope, it doesn't. He's not at 0 because of the heal. We are able to kick out, and we're going to generate another heal. But we have the power advantage. So even if he tries to grab into a submission, we can counter that. So let's just hit him. Now we're going to try to grab him. He does reverse, so we're going to go into a 3-bar reversal. And put Shawn Michaels away.
Oh my God! Double reversal!
Very excited to show off Chris Jericho for you guys. Hopefully Jerry Lawler is not bleeding in your ear. I wish they put a volume slider in there so I could turn Lawler to like 30%. But Shawn Michaels is going to get picked, and Jericho's heel saved him big time. And I wish I had Bray Wyatt level up a little more. We'll show him off after we beat the hell out of John Cena, who's probably in this. Nope, AJ Styles. That's going to be a pain in the ass because of his mechanic where one of his 2 specials is basically unreversible. That is a terrible offer. I wouldn't even get more gold to buy that. You got to be shitting me. If you buy into any offers, go buy the tier 4 basics when you see it. Don't even buy the 4-star keys. Alright, so there's AJ at 2 bars. We need to try to bait out the 2. Nope, he's going to grab. But that's not going to put us at 0.
Oh, someone's got to stop him.
And you can see we're healing up through it a little bit.
Get up!
Okay, we do kick out, so we're going to trigger another heal. So AJ Styles might not have it. He is at 3 bars. He's got the signature raid, so he's going to use a super move. We have 1 chance to kick out here, and then we're going to have to probably use other Jerichos. If we do kick out, we can heal and get out of a low health stun situation.
Get up!
Yes, we do. So now we're going to heal again. However, we need to get off a special now because he's stealing power. So we're in pretty bad shape at this point because he just stole like 2 bars of power. So we need to try to bait out the special if we can. I don't know how we're going to do it. Nope. And that's going to be 0. We already hit 0, so there's no chance of us kicking out. But yeah, AJ Styles is just a big pain in the ass. He's like one of the best characters to use. I've also said that about Alexa Bliss and the women. Naomi's not bad either. Carmella's pretty good. Charlotte Flair is alright. And Asuka's probably the 5th one. But I haven't played with Ruby Riott because, again, I refuse to use Versus to try to get those characters. But they'll come in the loot cases. We'll get them when they do. So let's use the 2-star Jericho. We actually did get out of the premiums as an overdrive.
I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, so basically we're just going to soften them up for Kevin Owens, but we'll just run all the Jerichos. Why not? Alright, so AJ's at 2 bars, as is Jericho. No way we can bait out the 2-bar move. He does dodge. Alright, so he's at 3.
Uh-oh.
Barely goes under. AJ Styles is actually pretty close to a pin because of all the critical damage he was taking. Probably should play it slow. No, he does get to 3. Is this going to put him at 0 though?
Oh, we know what's coming.
I don't think so. No, only 1981. We probably should get off at 2, especially before he steals. So there's the code breaker on AJ. That is going to put him at 0 with a critical hit. So we just got to slap him in the face and he's done before he gets off his 2, or barely missed the pin there. He's got to slap him in the face. Nope, he hits us first, so we're going to get signature vulnerable into a low health situation, but that's okay. We got 2 more Jerichos to use. So maybe we'll let the toy Jericho actually get the victory. But we do get the kick out.
Almost.
He's got momentum, special move vulnerable. That's going to put Jericho away. As I've said, no it doesn't. He's not at 0. He healed up over 0.
I can't watch this.
that's the strength of Jericho. If you're healing mid-move, you can actually heal over 0 health. And that's the beauty of the healing at low health. You really have to make somebody tap out or make sure you do a move at the end of the heal. That's the best way to counter it. But there it is, Jericho, well-deserved WWE Champion. That's a thumbnail right there. And I'm going to show you guys Bray Wyatt really quick, because his rank is either 2 or 3. And we can actually show him off a little bit better too. So let's go into the wild cards. So Bray Wyatt is ranked 2. And he can go 795 over 8.1. So it's a little bit better. And if we had the cash, we could actually rank him up to 3. However, I want to actually take up Andre the Giant all the way up to rank 5 if we can. And I'm not sure what we actually need for it, but I know I have the materials for it. So, Chris Jericho as a 4-star, I will be working on probably after I get Andre the Giant up at 905 power with an overdrive. But yeah, I am super stoked. I really cannot wait to take Jericho up. And that was a low-ranked Jericho at 3,008. And yeah, that was a low-ranked Jericho at overdrive level 1, actually doing pretty much all the top path of the high flyer superstar difficulty, which I hope that they do put a legend difficulty in when the 5 stars are introduced, so you can actually farm tier 4 materials. And hopefully they make it a little bit easier to get tier 4 basics and even get a way to get tier 4 class materials. We'll have to see on that. But if you like this video on HollywoodShono buying 4-star Chris Jericho rather than wasting time in versus, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other WWE Mayhem videos playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono, my Instagram, which is HollywoodShono's God. And if you guys buy Chris Jericho, don't do it because of me. Do it for the developer so they continue making great content. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!